Crakk is an extreme action sport movie, which is clearly evident from all the promotional material. Generally, for an action movie, the action choreography has to be great, but just having that will not be enough ever. It requires a very strong emotion, any violence that needs justification. Mindless violence can possibly thrill or scare you, but it can never sustain unless there is a strong reason. Sometimes even if action choreography is normal, but the emotion itself is super strong and almost nerve-wracking, even a simple punch will feel like an earthquake. Unlike a regular action movie though, an extreme action sport relies primarily on the thrill of the action sport itself and the dangers it entails. It's generally very difficult to continually thrill the audience. It is here that Crakk excelled. Mostly the extreme action sport related to competition was exhilarating, except for one, only because it was very short and the VFX work was very shoddy, which is related to that skydive sequence. The skydive itself was good, but what followed was a little jarring. Right from the very start, there were many heart-racing thrills. Vidyut Jammwal showcased his prowess in parkour and calisthenics with the train sequences. The very first competition was really thrilling and amazing, which was almost in Mad Max style. The second was good. It could have been much better if Vidyut had explained how he was going to achieve the feat and shown some preparation so that Nora could be saved. Also, it wasn't necessarily an action sports per se. The best was saved for the last, that cycle race, and what followed was a very good ending with amazing great fist fighting. Now, extreme action sport exists in this world, and if you ask why do sportsmen indulge in such dangerous adventures, we all know that they do it primarily because they have that risk-taking ability and pushing human capability. So the movie depends on it for us to easily believe that Vidyut would pursue this passion in going to Maidan despite his brother dying. I will have to say that the brothers' love and chemistry here worked out well. Vidyut came out as the innocent younger brother, always looking up to his elder brother and being in absolute awe. Ankit Mohan playing the elder brother also did well. They also added an additional emotional angle about father being a national medalist in athletics, living on pittance of pension as another reason for using their natural athletic nimble skills towards achieving success in Maidan rather than a sport. And Maidan has extremely generous winning amount. If I'm not wrong, it is around 30 crores for that winner. The problem of this film is actually twofold. One is casting. When you know that your main protagonist isn't popular because of his acting, you should surround that actor star with good actors. They did get it right with Arjun Rampal, but then the leading ladies and other important character who's the mastermind of Maidan were not necessarily great. We know Nora is an incredible dancer and possibly right to be cast as an influencer, but then she had more than that, and with Vidyut, they couldn't make anything of that supposed love story, and it wasn't working remotely. Since they had this Maidan set in Poland, they obviously needed foreign actors, but Amy just couldn't pull this off, and it was possibly because it wasn't well written as well. The worst is the Maidan founder who focused only on looking stylish, but acting department zero. The other reason is not having a strong villain. Even as Arjun Rampal is the face of that antagonist, the writing here was so weak that they didn't even properly work out the other side hustle of the villain. And for whatever reason, they didn't really make Arjun menacing enough or even powerful enough. And his side project was just so flimsy that it should have been rejected on the writing table itself. The additional subplot between Arjun's character and Maidan's founder was a damn squib as well, purely because they just didn't invest into that in the first place. At least in the narrative style, they should have first introduced Maidan and Arjun Rampal and then probably that skydiving stunt and then cut into Vidyut, and here with some writing changes, he having nightmares about it and him not being able to do action sport again because of what happened with that skydiving incident, and then learning more about his brother's death possibly from Amy Jackson, and then that fueling him to restart his training and then do that train sequence to get into Maidan would have been much more compelling storytelling. Just with this change, I think the whole movie could have been much more engaging emotionally, and with the extreme action sport thrill, it could have been a huge success. As I said in my Popcorn Passions review of Crakk trailer, I just love action movies, and I have to say that Crakk managed to keep me engaged, but it could have easily been so much more. Thank you. If you like the review, show your love by liking the video. Spread the love by sharing it with your friends, family, and bless us by subscribing to the channel so that we can keep meeting often. Thank you.